This is Zenzi, payroll name DebHelfrich. That's Zanzi. 12 and a half years. Zenzi came later. I'm in the middle of demonstrating the power of hashtag stand-up philosophy to solve all of science's greatest conundrums that are attributable to, as MC Hammer would say, science measuring but not including the measurer, from consciousness outward. I'm not solving anything science doesn't know about stuff and whatnot. And not into the details. I'm talking about the theory. I am the developer of the philosophical hypothesis of bio-electromagnetism, which yields a unifying theory of human energy, potential, and well-being. Now, I've had to stop working in the library where I've just very successfully, I'm using the history of chemistry to make many valid, crucial, essential points about my own worth and the wise feminine way of thinking. So I had to depart because just how our society works. I don't know. 3-hour parking. Now, I want you to see this thing right here. You see, this is a park. We're outside the Carnegie Library. And there's that vehicle. What that vehicle with the flashing lights and everything, it's a water tank. And they're watering the plants. You know, every morning the sprinklers come on for the grass. This is for the trees and little trees. The big trees, that will be perfectly fine. It's to get some of the littler trees to grow, because there doesn't rain here. But this is 1 block from the Pacific Ocean, so the older trees take all the water they need. The big huge trees get all the water they need from the wind blowing the salt water from the Pacific Ocean. And there's small trees, and you can see over in the park there's smaller trees over there. The small trees apparently need dedicated watering by humanity. Now, the city's paying for watering these trees in a drought in California. I mean, and how much did that vehicle cost? We got a serious problem. You know, one of the reasons I'm red to go, they bought a new street sweeper. The old one used to be perfectly fine as far as causing autistic meltdowns and waking up citizens. They're waking up people who are spending $1 million is like the bottom you can pay to buy a home here. And they're running a street sweeper out in the morning. So they got a new one. It looks new. I know it's new. I'm gonna, if I care, I do care. If I had the time, if somebody would help me out, if I wasn't electricity insecure, food insecure, everything insecure, it's necessary for life. But I'm not bioelectricity insecure like the big, tall trees. Survive for how long? Didn't need human watering. That's me. I know how to do that with homo sapiens. You got to have the second sapien and you want to hang with me. That's our knowing. I got the knowing. Where do I want to go with this? This new one, which is documented videos November 1st, caused me to almost have a heart attack. It's the same kind as in Pittsburgh. But here's the thing, if you're going to go to the expense, city, taxpayer dollars, of watering trees, how about watering fruit trees? Nuts. It's the California. We could be providing food for the homeless population. And then I met on Sunday, the guy's been homeless for 8 years trying to indoctrinate me. It gets easier, as if there's no shot now that I've been homeless for any other possibility in my life. This is the problem we're not solving. Just as we keep saying, building more houses, it doesn't solve homelessness. Fixing the economic system, plantation capitalism, is what has to happen to fix homelessness. We don't need spaces. I mean, yes, there's a dearth of spaces, but we're getting priced out because of economics. And the economics give all these people. I got woken up from a sound sleep by the cops of this city 2 nights ago. I don't have any sleep. Sound asleep. Probable fucking cause, motherfuckers. No criminality was occurring, has been occurring, will occur. But I can't get no sleep. I'm being treated like a criminal simply because I'm visibly poor. Profiling much? And this, by the way, I don't want special treatment. I want Black humans to be liberated first. But if I don't speak up and out, this isn't about, it's about saving my life. But beyond that, I repudiate all this goddamn white privilege. Because it's harming all of us, but me very specifically. Very specifically. So, again, I'm sleeping by empty houses. These are houses that people use when, the car stuff happened, the Concours d'Elegance. Or some golf tournament, right? They're empty houses. Now they've made me move to where people live, and so that disturbs residents, and then they go, oh, is she gonna steal our stuff? Let me call the cops, and we'll do a welfare check. You don't send armed men for welfare checks. It is called wellness checks. Sorry, again, we're talking about poverty and whatever. Fruit trees. You're gonna spend the money watering things. You're gonna buy these vehicles of mass destruction. Water a vegetable garden, aight? Feed people. Water that doesn't feed people is unnecessary. There are native plants that can survive 1 block from the Pacific Ocean. They have plenty of water, and the plants' salinity, that's our problem, not the plants. Life-centric thinking is so robust that I can demolish racism by 2030. And then I'm going to fix the ever-escalating burdens of chronic disease and mental illness while consulting about all of the planetary boundaries we're crossing and figuring out how to reverse climate change. Life-centric thinking. Let nature be as it is. Stop watering plants that did just perfectly fine for hundreds of years. And it's absurd. And it's going and going and going. And going. Who knows how long that guy had been here before I got forced to come out the library just to move my vehicle. So I got to burn carbon fuel. Yeah, that's well enough gas. That I don't have the money to pay for because it's now like nearly $7 a gallon. U.S. of hypocrisy. I'm out of here. Harmony.